back, everyone. Going to do something a bit different today. Wanted to give you a few tips on starting your own garden at home, your own vegetable garden, and some online resources, or at least this is how I got a lot of my information when I was starting my vegetable garden. I've been outside gardening for a bit of a while. I've planted echinacea, a long bed of echinacea. I've done lilac bushes and stuff like that. Last year was the first year that I decided to seriously do some vegetable gardening. Before that, my only experience was some heirloom tomatoes that a coworker of my wife's had given us, and I literally just put them in some Rubbermaid containers with dirt and put them outside. They kind of grew. They didn't do that well because I didn't really take the time to do the research and find the optimal place for these plants and stuff like that. And because of the location of my house, I'm in Canada, grow zone 5A, I believe. That's the hardiness zones. We can talk about that a little bit later. And the only place that I could plant a new bed was on the north side of my house. So I didn't think that anything would really do that well there. I have some hostas on the north side of my house, but vegetables, I thought you needed like continuous 8 hours of sunlight. That's not necessarily so. But anyways, let's get into some online resources that might help you out. So the first thing to think about when you're going to do the vegetable garden is location. Just like real estate, location. That is very important. And you want to know how much sunlight that location is going to get. I found this online resource called SunCalc. I'll put the links to all these resources in the description below. Suncalc.net. Some guy, I think in Europe or whatever, came up with this little app, and it's very useful. There's parts of it that are not working right now. I don't think he's still supporting it, or whoever created it is still supporting it. It does use Google Maps, and you used to be able to type in your address here and it would jump right to it. It doesn't do that anymore, but the map is still active. So what this does, you can place this big circle anywhere on the map, and it will show you the trajectory of the sun. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Let's go over here. I'm going to zoom all the way into Toronto. If I can get it to go. There we go. So using this tool, I'm not going to go to an exact address. I will jump to my home address in a second, but I just wanted to show you. So you drop the pin on the location, like your house or wherever you want to plant your garden, and it will tell you the track of the sun. That's what this circle is right here. The sunrise, that's what the bright yellow line is here. The current position of the sun, because it has the current date and time. And the red line is where the sun will set. And you can put in different dates in there. So this is today's date, but let's put in the May 24 weekend, because that's usually the weekend that people are really outside doing this stuff. So I think it's going to be this weekend. So yeah, let's put Sunday the 21st. And you'll notice how the arc and the line has changed. So, on this graph up above as well, you can see the sunrise is about 5:30 in the morning, all the way to 2000 hours late in the evening, all the way over there. So compared to now, you can see you're getting significantly more sun. I found this very useful. Let me jump to, don't know how well you can see that because it's in gray tones. This is a graphic representation of my house. So up, pointing up being north, this is where I actually put in the vegetable garden. So if I drop this right here, you can see that my house blocks the sun for a portion of the day. So let's go back and do the May 24 weekend just to see the projection. We'll do the 21st. So, and I can slide this across. So from 5:30 in the morning up until about 7, a little bit after 7, I have morning sun coming in from this direction because pointing this way is east. And then after that, I don't have direct sun again until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then from there, I have sun all the way until sunset. Now, I didn't think that would be great for vegetables, but I did a salsa vegetable garden last year. And the tomatoes, the jalapenos, the cilantro, spring onions, all that stuff did really, really well. And I was a bit surprised considering this is in the north side of the house. But considering that if you add up the amount of sunshine that I'm actually getting, so I have 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, yeah. So 2 hours in the morning, and then I have about 3:30, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have another 5 hours in the afternoon. And even though I have a backyard fence, backyard gate right about here, I have a low picket fence going across the side, it was more than enough sunlight for the vegetables and everything to do well. So yeah, this tool is very handy for figuring out how much sun exposure your site will get. For example, if I were to do this in my backyard, the main reason I didn't do my vegetable garden in my backyard is my backyard is like fully landscaped. I have a patio, I have a deck, I have cobblestones with a storm drain that's an easement on my lot. So I don't really have an easy place to plant, and I would have to be ripping out stuff. But if I were able to plant in the backyard, I'd be getting sun a ridiculous amount of the time, from about, let's say, 11:30 all the way to the evening. And just from previous examples of just putting plants out there, they get roasted in the backyard. I don't have any big trees or anything like that, so there's no real sun protection. I have a backyard fence going across here, but nothing really to protect it. So yeah, use this reference to find out how much sun you have in your area, and that will really help you decide what you want to grow and where you want to place your beds. But also don't be afraid if you're not getting what you think is continuous sunlight. I was always under the impression you needed like a minimum 6 to 8 hours continuous sunlight. In the ideal conditions, yes, if you have a meadow or a field to do this, absolutely. But it doesn't have to be continuous. It could be a few hours in the morning and a few hours in the evening. The total still comes up to more than 8 hours for where I'm putting this. Just as another example, let's go into July 16th. Yeah, these arcs get even more pushed back. So yeah, tons of sunlight, even though this is a north-facing plot. So location, 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 very important for your bed.